You can get out. We're home. Good morning, guys. I'm not quite awake. Even though 20 minutes seems like a long time to be up and get out of the house, it's really not. When you're frantically searching for tax paperwork, I should have set out last night. You can also hear I have Thor in the car. We're headed to the vet. His ear is filled with fluid. It looks like a little pillow stuck to his head. I tried to take him Friday, but it was an afternoon appointment, and because everyone goes out after they eat, I couldn't find him. So it's now been right at a week. I'm hoping it's not from an ear infection, because ear infections suck. I'm kind of hoping it's just trauma from either him and Batman fighting, or a few of the cats seem to have ear mites, which I know can be a pain in the butt. I just got them some new medicine, though, last week as well. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm running 30 minutes late. I accidentally set my alarm an hour late, which if I'd have set the paperwork out, I probably could have gotten out of the house in 10 minutes flat. Unfortunately, I also need to stop for gas, which is gonna be a pain in the ass too. I didn't put any in last night. I only put in enough to get home because I didn't have my card on me, and I didn't make much in tips because it's been slowing down since spring break, and it won't pick back up probably for about another month. Anyway, on that note, I will see you when we get to the bed. Alright, well, they tried to say that I was more than 20 minutes late and that I was going to have to reschedule. Her computer said it was 10:43 when it was actually only 10:36. So I was still only... Actually, I walked in at 10:34 and I was standing in line for 2 or 3 minutes. So technically I was 15 minutes late, which still wasn't good, but I thought I was going to end up being at least a half an hour late. Anyway, they've had a couple emergencies, so I guess on the plus side, I don't have to sit in a little room with him. They did a drop-off appointment. Hopefully that doesn't cost me much more. I did tell them I had a budget I needed to work under, because they asked for permission to sedate him if they needed to drain his ear or whatever. So, anyway, I dropped him off. They said they would try to squeeze him in between appointments. So I'm going to go up to Walmart now and talk to the tax lady. I've got a bunch of old tax documents. I think Thor peed in his box. And I think it's on my paperwork. Just a little bit. Shoot. That's the only problem with the cardboard carrier. I gave my mom the good one. I think I mentioned that last time I took Lumi to the vet. Or when I took Lumi to be fixed that one time in that one video. You see my mail is wet. Gosh darn it. I mean, on the plus side, I had all that mail and stuff there, so it's not on my car seat. But yeah, anyway, let's go talk to the lady at Jackson Hewitt and see what I gotta do about this amended return. Alright, so I just got through bringing Jason lunch and eating lunch with him. I'm gonna run down to Harrison. I need to pay a bill there, and then I need to get Thor home. I'm not getting any of the yard work I want to get done today. I suppose I still could, but it's going to be late by the time I even get home, and I still want to maybe paint the front door at the very least and get some of the trim up. Speaking of which, my indecisiveness struck again, and I picked another completely different color. So I'll show you all that when I get home. Here you go, babe. You can get out. We're home. Looks like we got a bit of a storm moving in. I don't know. I wonder if it'll stay too far south and not even actually hit us. One more. There you go. Good girl. Alright, so we are home. We have meds. They gave me a prescription ear mite drops. They didn't drain his ear or use a syringe and like get the fluid out of it. They said the only way to get it out was surgery, when I know that's not true. So instead they gave him a steroid shot and to curb infection and I guess help it like assimilate back into his body on its own, which means he's going to have a little bit of a shrivelly ear since they didn't drain the fluid, which is what I was hoping they would do. Also, when I was at work a couple weeks ago, I saw this photo album. I don't really print photos anymore, and I wasn't even sure what photos I'd put in here, but I have probably 250 or 300 photos from the different years we've been to the beach. So I'll probably pick all my favorites, put them in here, and then stick them in my new little cabinet. I'll probably do those 3 again. They're my absolute favorites. So, yeah. And then one last thing I did while I was in town. I haven't really talked about it much or filmed much. You notice my hair's been kind of a rose gold lately. I finally found a formula that I liked. And I went to Sally's and I wasn't going to deviate from it. But I found these. Evidently they came out last year, or maybe we just got them recently because I've seen other people with videos that had them last year. I said I wasn't going to do anything purpley based after I couldn't get the green tinge out of my hair recently, which is why some of the ends are still sticking on the color differently from the purple I did last fall. But anyway, normally I've been using Flamingo and Rose Gold from Ion because they don't really have a really nice pastel orange. The Flamingo is a bit of a dusty pink, and then the Rose Gold has a little bit more yellow in it. And that's worked well for me, but I've always wondered what would happen if I used something a bit more peachy. The mauve is definitely a change, so this is probably going to give me a bit of a darker, dustier Rose Gold. I'm hoping that this isn't too dark. Again, I'll probably do a 2-to-1 ratio, so I'll do half of the mauve to 1 of the coral, along with about an ounce of conditioner. Not really to lighten it up, but just to make sure I can cover all my hair. So I guess you'll see how that plays out in my next video and if that really worked. So that was everything I did in town. Thor was probably mad he was in the box so long. Hopefully they let him out and put him in a thing at the vet so that he could go to the bathroom. So yeah, that was my running around. It's 4:30. Most of my day off is gone. I don't think I am going to end up doing anything outside. I really wanted to get these old tall weeds from last year pulled out. The grass is now starting to get a few inches tall. I have some carpet. I don't know if I talked about it. I have some old carpet I picked up from an ad. I'm just gonna lay over the yard. I heard that's the easiest, cheapest way to completely kill your grass. And then most of this side yard is just gonna be gravel, except for like a walkway towards the bottom. Keeps me from having to mow it all the time. The only thing I'll have to mow or keep an eye on will be the backyard, which is a lot flatter and won't be too hard to do, I don't think. And the little piece here that we consider a front yard by the shed in front of where the cars are parked. While I'm out here, let's do a checkup on my trees. The one that's kind of giving me the most trouble, well, actually, no, it looks better than it did even just the other day. This is the crabapple. You see just the little tiniest red bud? There's a little one there, but this is bigger than it was the other day. I don't know if you can see that in this light. It's also not focusing. There we go. That wasn't there the other day. It just looked like that little tiny shoot. So there's some progress. I'm debating on cutting this down a few inches. I've seen people online do that when they get them new from the nursery. Let's go check out the Arkansas Black. This one has really... Don't mind the trash in the yard. That's what stuff that Ural brings in from the neighbors. But anyway, this one has definitely changed a lot in just the last couple days. This top one was closed just like yesterday or day before. So was that one. All of these were closed, just little buds. This is the first one I got a bud from. So this one's the biggest so far. This is the second. So, good news is I have not killed it. Super excited. And before the battery completely dies, I'm going to show you how the spices are doing. Or, spices, the herbs. I was worried about these the other day because I only had, the feverfew had some sprouts showing, and this one only had a couple. There's a little loner now in the last one. I only have one lavender. I don't know what's up with the other two, but it is what it is. I also have one little single basil. This is the chive. Just one shoot. Not sure what's up with that. This would be the parsley. This is the rosemary. Also not getting anything out of that. And this is the thyme, which looks a lot like the feverfew. But anyway, I'm thinking I'm going to pull these out and put some fresh soil in a little bit bigger containers. I'm not sure yet what I'm doing, but that is the update on the herbs. Last but not least, I had said that my indecisiveness had gotten the better of me. Yeah, so all of that paint up there, no longer candidates. Although, the one that I did choose out of the Nautica book is very similar to those. From here in this shot, you're going to think, well, that looks exactly the same. But when I held it up next to my samples, when I was mixing, it's similar to the third one down, but it's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit greener, I think, or grayer. I'm not sure which. It's the same but different. Anyway, but when I picked it, I wasn't even looking at those. I was just looking through the Nautica books or looking at all the samples where the Glidden stuff is. So that's the one I decided on. This smoked turquoise. So that's what that is going to be. And then originally I decided I was going to do the front door in this color. For some reason when I got to Menards, this looked really, really light compared to all the other blues and stuff that was there. So I only just picked this one up just so I could show you the difference. I've decided instead to do the front door this color, this deep Pacific. So this is going to be the door. I think just on the outside. I don't know if I'm going to do it on both sides. That might look silly. I may do the inside of the door this color so it matches everything else. So that's the update on that. This is what the door color looks like on the sample. I found out I could get samples from Menards. So this was like $3.75 as opposed to paying $10 for a quart. I'm pretty sure a sample size will be enough to do 3 windows and most of the baseboards. If not, then I'll just get another sample. I believe that's everything for updates for today. You can see how the color's looking on the wall. I have quite a bit of wall left to do. I haven't even touched this one. I'm thinking about changing out the cat shelves. I think I'm gonna take this little one down and I'm just gonna do the ones that are already there. Don't look at this mess right here. But I'm gonna make floating shelves because those bother me. Even if they're similar to the wall color, they bother me. They just kind of look unprofessional and I don't know. And I found out floating shelves are relatively easy to do. I do like this driftwood type color. Maybe I'll do something else with them. Maybe I'll stick them back there where I'm kind of getting my new sit down area finished up for doing videos. Anyway, my battery's about to die. That's what I did today. And those are the updates. Oh, can't see them because they're wrapped up. I picked up a few of my boards for the accent wall. They were out of the barnwood, which is like a peeling, it looks like a white peeling paint. I'll throw a picture up real quick here. So I gotta wait to get a couple of those. This isn't obviously not gonna be enough to cover the whole wall, but it's gonna get me started and I wanna get that corner started soon. So anyway, I better get before the battery completely goes out. Not sure what we're doing next. Not sure what I'm recording next. We are going to the VA on Monday. I probably won't bring the camera. I'll worry about recording then. So thumbs up, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching. Till next time.